Kurt Browning is to figure skating what Wayne Gretzky is to hockey, and Browning has some scary news for his rivals after winning his third consecutive world title. He's getting better. Browning says his skating hasn't reached a pinnacle yet, despite the fact he is on top of the world tonight, after coming from behind to capture his title in Munich.
Et là, tentative pour le quadruple. Ah, il n'a pas pu.
Browning was the second skater in the final group of 5 to take to the ice. His technical superiority was never more telling. He landed 8 triple jumps. 7 triples were in combination with other jumps. He landed 3 triple-triple combos. He was scheduled to perform a quadruple jump, but he opted for a triple instead.
Il y a une vingtaine d'années, on gagnait le championnat du monde avec les 2 derniers sauts qui passent très aisément.
Ah oui, Kurt Browning, le champion du monde.
It was the kind of performance reserved only for a world championship event, but Browning had a worried expression on his face when he saw his marks come up, even though they were quite high. For technical merit, 8 of the 9 judges gave him 5 9s. For artistic impression, he got 4 5 9s and 5 5 8s. He then stood at the end of the rink to watch his main rival, Viktor Petrenko of the Soviet Union.
Attention, triple axel, double boucle piqué, fantastique.
Petrenko was a marvelous skater, but he could not match Browning's jumps, and that was the difference in the end, as the Soviet finished second. Overall, it was a great day for Canada. Elvis Stojko finished 6th and Michael Slipchuk 7th. The bronze medal went to Todd Eldridge of the United States. To the NHL now. The New York Islanders and the Calgary Flames are at opposite ends of the standings. However, the Islanders, one of the worst teams in the league, having won just 23 games. Flames have lost only 23, but these 2 losses, 2 of their 23, have been to the lowly Islanders. Obviously, they've had Calgary's number this season. Why? Well, check out Glenn Healy between the pipes for the Islanders. What a save on Theoren Fleury in the first period, but he can't stop them all. Joe Nieuwendyk scores in the power play here, tipping the shot in the slot. Goal number 40 in the season for Nieuwendyk. It's 1-0. Mike Vernon in goal for the Flames. Couple of big saves here on Brent Sutter from close in. But before the end of the first period, Bill Berg scores for the New York Islanders, cashing in on the rebound out in front. 1-1 tie onto the second period, where the Islanders, the gutsy Islanders, go ahead on Wayne McBean's goal as he redirects Brad Lauer's pass, his 5th of the season. 2-1 New York. Gary Roberts' breakaway chance. Again, Glenn Healy, a big save. Suffers a slight injury on the play, but he stays in the game. Later, Flames in the power play. Watch Joe Nieuwendyk again, parks himself in front, gathers up the rebound, his 41st of the season, 2nd of the game. 2-2 tie at this point. Third period now. Roberts out in front. His 100th career goal. 3-2. Calgary turns out to be the game winner. And then some insurance. Stefan Matteau, backhand goal, his 14th of the season. 4-2. It's the 18th straight home ice win for the Flames. That is a new club record. Flames now have 91 points. They temporarily tie the LA Kings for first place. Now, in LA, the Kings tonight were not only hoping to stay in front of the Flames, but were out to protect their hold on first overall. Chicago Blackhawks were in town, and they've been the NHL's top team for most of the season. We picked this up in the first period where the Kings go up 1-0, a 2-on-1. McIntyre to McSorley. He gets his 7th of the season, a shorthanded goal, 1-0. This is an ugly first period. Lots of fights break out, and the Hawks get 3 players kicked out of the game. Grimson, Brown, and Chris Chelios are all kicked out of the game. Would that affect the Blackhawks? Would it hurt them? Well, it seemed to inspire the Blackhawks. Here, shorthanded Dirk Graham with great hustle ties it 1-1. Second period now. This is early on. It's Goulet to Larmer, and he puts it by Daniel Berthiaume. 2-1. Blackhawks out in front, but the Kings come right back on a good effort here by Brad Jones, getting around Trent Yawney. A 2-2 tie. The rest of the way in the second period, though, it's all Chicago. I mean, all Blackhawks. Jeremy Roenick pounces on the loose puck. 37th of the season, a delayed penalty coming to the Kings at that point. And then in the power play, Manson on the slap shot, his 11th of the season. The rising shot makes it 4-2. Again, Belfer between the pipes for the Hawks. Looks good. He's stopping most of the shots in the second period. Hawks turn it over here, short-handed, and it is Larmer getting his second of the game, making it 5-2. And as we speak, in the third period now, the Blackhawks lead the Kings 5-2. They are clearly dominating this game. If they go on to win, and it looks like they will take over the lead in the NHL with 92 points, and the Kings will fall into a tie for first place in the Smythe with the Calgary Flames. One of the NHL's longest and hottest rivalries was renewed in Boston tonight. The Bruins and the Canadiens were separated by just 5 points atop the Adams division. A Boston victory would just about end Montreal's hopes of finishing first. Scott Russell has the highlights.
The Bruins open the scoring in the second period. Bork gets the puck to Janney, and Janney puts it by Patrick Roy before getting flattened by Cote. A turnover by Russ Courtnall helps set up the Bruins' next goal. Janney to Hodge at the side of the net, and it's 2-0 Boston. Bruins add one more goal early in the third period before the Canadiens break the ice. Andrew Kessels drops a pass for Stéphane Richer, and Richer works his way through traffic to beat Andy Moog. Soon after that, Bruins coach Mike Milbury blows a fuse over what he thinks is a bad call by the referee. No telling what Milbury is saying, though. Milbury's anger is tempered by the fact the Canadiens can only manage to score one more goal. Guy Carbonneau gets this one. And Shane Corson almost gets another, but Andy Moog turns him away with the clock running down to give the Bruins a 3-2 victory in Boston.
Big win by the Bruins, and elsewhere in the NHL tonight, St. Louis, Minnesota, 2-2 tie. So that means St. Louis will fall 1 point behind Chicago in the Norris division. Our answer to trivia tonight, Rogie Vachon in jersey number 30 is the only jersey retired by the LA Kings. And of course, Rogat Chan is now the general manager of the Kings, who are struggling on the ice tonight in Chicago, losing 5-2 in the third.
Okay. When is Kurt expected back in Alberta?
Well, what happens usually is they go on a tour of champions.
Of course, yeah.
So we don't have a definite date when he's going to return, but it could be a few weeks, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, certainly a big day in his life and the world of sport today. Yes. That's our program for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with more Alberta news at 6, and we'll be around tomorrow night at 11. Beware the Ides of March, Al Nagy.
Beware?
Beware.
Okay, I will. Good night.
Au revoir.
This is CBC Television.